ones. Our track record is no doubt that this government of Prime Minister Andrew Holness is strong and is active in putting in place the policies which advance the interests of the masses, including the poor people in Jamaica. And to our Jamaican brothers and sisters who require more assistance, I say to them, I know that our government and our Prime Minister will respond and do more to improve your lives. Laborites country will likely in the coming months face a serious choice. It's going to be Andrew Holness or Marky British. In the Jamaica Labour, we have a strong leader who from very humble beginnings and has stayed humble and committed to working to improve the lives of the Jamaican people. Our leader, Labour, has a strong track record of actively putting in place the policies which ensure socio-economic development. It is under the watch of Andrew Holness that we have navigated some of the most serious crises that we've ever faced in Jamaica, including the COVID-19 pandemic. We were able to keep our country stable, and we were able to hand out thousands of care packages under this administration during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Jamaica Labour Party, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is a visionary. He gave us Jamaicans the opportunity. Now think about this. It was this leader gave the opportunity to buy stocks in Trans Jamaica, and many Jamaicans who have never bought stocks before bought into this company. Yes, our Prime Minister is for the ordinary man because he understands what it means by building from nothing to something. Our leader believes in the people. The most honorable Andrew Holness, he is not a boastful man. He is not a disrespectful man. He is simply a man from Spanish Town who committed to serving the people of Jamaica to make their lives better. Laborites, our leader is strong, our leader is active, our leader is about serving your interests. But there's another man called Marky British, and he is a man who believes in holding chains around the neck of black people. And we say so, and him a take picture, a whole chain around my neck, the rest of my neck. We have to say no to Marky British because he's a man who loves to show off, he loves to boast, and say him done rich already. We don't need a man like that. We have to say no to the man that is leading the PNP who loves to style black people and call them little boy and little lady. We have to say no to the man who tell us out of his own mouth that him want to run Jamaica with himself and him Tapanaris friend them. We have to say no to the PNP Tapanaris man and him friend Peter Mountain, who's really the leader, because they are the same ones who had a company years ago that benefited from the weak PNP policies, and they made millions off the backs of the Jamaican people. Some of them suffered brutally. They even committed suicide, and we have to say no to them. We have to say no to the have the better leader. My fellow Jamaicans, it is very clear that we have to say no to Marky British and yes to our God-blessed Prime Minister Andrew Michael Holness. Show a liver right.
Usually we indecisive, but this time bro, gotta win on the short. Sure, yeah. The people them we are past like it. Yeah, this song one this.
Thank you. Let's have a great big round of applause for Juliet Cuthbertson, our Member of Parliament and Minister of State in the Ministry of National Security. We have a right. The Jamaica Labour Party is a proud institution. We build culture in Jamaica. Edward Philip George Seaga built the greatest cultural institution in this country. Let's welcome now one of the outstanding talents, winners of more festival medals than any other community put together. With pride and privilege, I ask conference to welcome City Valley Gardens dancers to the 81st anniversary conference of the Jamaica Labour Party.
It makes you scared. It makes you scared.
Baby, kola, waka waka when you enter my job. Baby, kola, will you give me sugar, la la la. Macho Mona Lisa, 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 Macho Mona Lisa.
Built by labor, built by Edward Philip George Siaga. Let's welcome one of the youngest ministers of agriculture and one of the finest ministers of agriculture. Let's welcome Member of Parliament for Southwest Central Elizabeth, Flying Green.
Champion boy.
Southwest Liberates! Growing up in the 1990s and the early 2000s, I used to feel like my country was at a standstill. I used to look across the world, look across the region, and see other countries moving forward, and our beloved Jamaica feeling like it was moving backward.
When I look at where I'm
Coming from
I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile. Sometimes
As I grew older, I realized there was no problem with Jamaica. There was no problem with the people of Jamaica. There was no problem with our natural resources. The problem that Jamaica has had for years is a problem with leadership of this country. We had leaders who could identify the problem, but they couldn't give you a solution. We had leaders who are willing to put the interests of their political party ahead of the interests of Jamaica. We had leaders who talk and would talk, but they had no action to back it up. That is
action.
the difference between then and what we have now. Whether you like the Labour Party or not, whether you like the leader or not, whether you're young or you're old, whether you come from country
Or you come from town,
Jamaica is moving forward under the Jamaica Labour Party. In every area, Jamaica is moving forward. Whether it is healthcare, whether it is social programs, let me tell you about infrastructure. I'll tell you a secret. My people, them, we normally get ready early 6 o'clock. We do pick up 6:30. We head out of country, and normally when we reach arena for conference, we can't get in because it used to take me on 3 hours. This morning we get up 6. We get on about 6:30. Some of my people, we just come, we skate on the tour, and we in here right now because infrastructure is better under Labour.
marching on to victory.
I will have to say, hold on. I hear them call them conference and them talk about farm roads. I hear them talk about what they're going to do for farm roads. But I found it strange because they're going to say what they're going to do. I think you would start by telling us what have you done when you had the chance for farm roads.
To our farmers,
I checked what they did when they had the chance. In 2013, they did less than 10 farm roads. In 2014, they did less than 10 farm roads. In less than 10 farm roads. In the 4 years, they did less than 50 farm roads. Let me tell you a secret. Your government, in 2022, we did 71 farm roads. In 2023, we did over 70 farm roads. This year, over 70 farm roads. Years, your government has done over 200 farm roads. But listen, me don't want you to take my word for it. Me don't want you to take my word for it. We want to listen to the Sean slowly tell you know what it means. If them can cue me video, I don't want you to take my word. In number, in credit up, in daily ground. Play the video if you have it. And don't worry, we keep moving. This is just one area. Farm road is just one area. I want you to look at land ownership. They love get on their platform and talk about they are going to provide people with land and titles. They launched a program decades ago, so they're going to give 200,000 titles to Jamaicans. I checked the history. Let me tell you what they did. In 2013, in that year, they produced 841 titles. In 2014, they produced 901 titles. In 2015, they produced 947 titles. In their 4 years, they did less than 6 Jamaicans. Let me tell you something. This government in 2022 produced 6,000 titles. Since the systematic land title program, we have done over 10,000 titles, putting titles in the hand of our people. And I say these things because these things are just, these things that never write RPMP. These things benefit Jamaicans. Everybody, when we go title of Flaggerman, Burnside, Prospect, Kitson Town, Wakefield, PMP, Labour Right, no P get title. The Jamaican Labour Party is about lifting everybody up. We are moving forward under Labour.
Please and teach.
I'm going to move quickly. People never used to come and talk about fisheries. Like people used to forget the fishermen then. The truth is, the last time something happened for fishermen was when the Labour Party was in government between 2007 and 2011 when we introduced the fish sanctuaries. Let me tell you, since we have been there now, we have done our first development program for fishers in 20 years. Right now, we have distributed 18 boat engines to fishers across Patty, over in Portland as well, over in St. Anne. Fishermen have boat, fishermen have engine, fishermen can go at sea. But do, when them love, we are moving forward. I don't have enough time, but if it's, I say anything they want with agriculture, ask me, let me tell you. If it's irrigation, this government has invested the most, over $10 billion. I hear them talk about storage. When them I say, farmers don't have storage, ask them which storage them did build. Tell them to show you which storage them did build. Because I can tell you, right now we're building storage in Downs, we're building storage in Parnassus, we're building storage in Kirkvine, we are doing storage all over Jamaica. So the farmers, when you have to produce, you don't go to waste, you don't have a low price, you can store it, sell it, maximum return on your investment. We are moving forward with the Labour Party. And as I close, what it is clear that the other side, they want to take us back to a talk shop business. I hear the man who calls himself opposition spokesman come on TV and him outlining the problem and who say, what is your solution? The man says it's a secret, we can't tell you yet. What type of backward leadership is that they want to do? They're going to end with the shot. Hold on, one video. So, let me close. Listen, I understand the frustration. And a lot of us feel like the issues should have already been dealt with. Whether it be water challenges will help the road. But I say to you, do not throw away the baby with the bathwater. We have come too far for us to turn back. We have worked too hard for us to go back. Andrew Holness has done too much for this country for us to make it to waste on the other side. Switch out our representatives. We will not through our election, they start calling for people. We will not switch out our representatives who come from our areas for people who are being imposters. We will not switch the vision of Andrew Holness to the other man. When them say switch Bogan to Marky G, me say no sex so man. No sex so.
That's that man.
It look like them find the video. Thank you, Labour Rights. When you leave this meeting, when you're going out in the streets, when them say what you going to do, tell them forward ever, backward, forward ever, forward ever. What we do on that day is to vote JLP, voting sweet. Thank you. Labour Rights. Let's now welcome the Member of Parliament for East Rural St. Andrew, Juliet Holness.
To all ragamuffin, ragamuffin. Ragamuffin.
Alright. Showers of blessings, Buster Monkey, Labour Rights. Showers of blessings, Donald Sampson, Hugh Shearer, Edward Siaga, Bruce Walling, Labour Rights. And you know, showers of blessings, Andrew Holness, Labour Rights. Okay, hear the groove that Labour Rights them. Showers of blessings. I bring you greetings from my constituency, the great East Rural St. Andrew. Yes, from the mountains to the sea, massive place. I'll tell you, you know that I'm always bigging up the man there. However, today, my job is to remind you that the Jamaica Labour Party has a strong track record of actively supporting and empowering our women. Labour Rights, a long time we are doing it. From about 1948, when Madame Rose Leon became the first female to be the chairperson, at the time it was chairman, the chairwoman of a national political movement. Yes, Labour Rights. From them time there, we promote women. Labour Rights. Fast forward to about 2020 general election. I remember our party. Yes, our party. We fielded the most female candidates in the history is fully active. So all them at all, you must know the facts. My Jamaican friends and family, Jamaica is an international inspiration. They keep asking our Prime Minister, how you do it? How you pay down the debt? How you manage to create so much programs for young people? How you raise minimum wage so much? How you raise public sector wages so much when other countries are cutting public sector jobs? All over, our Prime Minister is well respected and is asked to share what we have done here. And I want to just tell you two issues because I want you to have the facts and I want you to draw for your pen and your paper. Because the Secretary General of the United Nations and other world leaders have asked our Prime Minister to lead on climate change, on climate financing, on financing for COVID, on financing for development, on future generations, on SDGs, on oceans, you name it. Our Prime Minister can show what we have done. And I want to remind you that he is the only Jamaican Prime Minister, in fact, the only one in the Caribbean who has been invited to attend the summit of the G20, the G7, and the BRICS. So all in a talk, no matter how much misinformation and lies the PNP wants to tell, Prime Minister Holness and this Labour Party administration are well-trusted and valued partners across the world. Yes, family, trust and value under the Labour Party is fully active. My family, you know I think of our diaspora every time. And this government is delivering real partnerships and creating real value with Jamaicans overseas. We created a new global council and a global youth council with Minister Terry Lam, pulling people together. And you know, we started a program where everybody can sponsor a health clinic in a community in Jamaica. 70% of the sponsors are from the diaspora. So while the PNP is busy trying to divide the diaspora and to bring down Jamaica of people in foreign, this government is pulling people together to work for the benefit of Jamaica. And they are with us because they know our heart is clean. Yes, Jamaica, our diaspora partnerships are fully clean and fully strong.
If you know your heart clean like a whistle,
Yes, Laborites, and our wider Jamaican family watching and listening. Jamaica really cannot afford to go back to the reckless, irresponsible management under the PNP. The shelling down and enough talking and the chest beating that gets nothing done. So we need you to listen to the facts. We need you to share them with your neighbor. We need you to tell them why and tell them that you are voting Labour. So listen good. What Jamaica is better. The Jamaica Labour Party. We deliver more international partnerships, more local partnerships, more jobs, more roads, more training, more technology, more crime fighting, more buses, more roads, more water, more pay, more pension, better care, better social services. This Jamaica Labour Party government is active and building a better Jamaica. So with your we will deliver more in the third term. Show Labour rights. Bless my Jamaica family. And may God continue to bless Jamaica land.
Labour rights. Woman like sand on the seashore. Let's welcome Member of Parliament, let me hear you real.
Labour rights! It is an honor for me to address Conference 2024 as the Member of Parliament from Northeastern St. Catherine. Labour rights, we as a government the greatest access for our young people through skills training, employment, and opportunities. This government, led by our party leader, Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Michael Holness, made one of the greatest investments in youth development, labor rights. When we talk about the HEART program, we are talking about enabling young people to live their best lives, to reach and achieve labor rights. Don't know or claim not to know, or those who may want to distort the truth. It is this government that is making skills training affordable and accessible for all. We removed the enrollment fees at HEART, thereby providing skills training free. And we can include the additional meal and subsidy. And they want to deceive us by leading us to believe, telling our young people that no, not one. In addition to HEART training, this has instituted the LIFT program, where hundreds of these students benefit from $85,000 per month in subsidy. This government instituted the Sixth Form Pathway program, which enables students to complete a robust secondary school experience. This JLP-led administration achieved another milestone when we removed the cumbersome requirement of a guarantor for student loan so that poor people picnic can access higher education. Labor rights. In recognition and support students for achieving excellence, we are out to showcase the JLP scholarship, STEM scholarship, the Garvey scholarship, bursaries through the Ministry of Education and the CDF. And on that note, when we talk about the CDF, it was so heartening when one of the recipients said to me, Member of Parliament, you don't know what this assistance means to me. This has created a bridge connecting me to my career, and that's what this Jamaica Labour Party does. We connect people to their dreams and to their aspirations. Labor rights. So then tell us nothing now go on, while them quietly go back at you and sign up and take away benefit them. Labor rights. When it comes to youths, the other party is all talk. Cap at them. Labor rights. Labor rights. Labor rights. This party, we don't in the cappings, and that is why youth unemployment has fallen from a 24% when we took office in 2016 to 14% today. Labor rights, fully active conference, unemployment overall is an unprecedented 4.2%. This is a government that is also inclusive of youths in the national agenda. And we can say, when we consider all that the Labour Party has achieved, we can say to the other side, do this and between. Put us to the test. Match both political parties on governance and achievements. Them coulda never. And we can say to them, we are not going to allow you to clone Jamaica. If they want somebody to clown, or if they want to play clown, we heard that the Suarez brothers are now in Jamaica. So we encourage them to go and sign up and leave governance to a serious and fully active Jamaica Labour Party. Labour rights. They had the opportunity to move Jamaica forward. And what did they do? What did they give to us? One piece of pasta. government had the discipline and the courage to stay the course where today investors are banging on our doors. Labor rights. In closing, we can proudly say that this administration is moving forward. The other party is a destructive force. Ask the victims of FinSac whose lives they ruined by this evil and diabolical scheme. But Senator Bobby Hill, where FinSac destroyed many lives, this government is building lives. They broke we down, but we build the lives of people. Labor rights, the Jamaica Labour Party, our government is a force for good. They align people with their purpose, and that is why we can say we will continue to go forward into the third term, and we are proud to say JLP ever, PNP never. Tried, tested, and proven, and we can confidently go back to the people on a strong record of performance. I close with Isaiah 59 verses 13 verses 19. When the enemy comes in, the Lord shall lift up a standard against them. The work that we have done as a party is a standard against the People's National Party. We have put in the work. We are backed by the proud legacy of Sir Alexander Bustamante, Hugh Ross Share, Edward Philip George Siaga, Bruce Golding, and our party leader and Prime Minister, Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness. Labor rights! Wherever you are in the world, take up your bell, rise your bell, ring your bell, labor rights. We have the stronger party, the stronger team, the stronger leader, the stronger performance. Our labor
Jamaica. And you send me tea and over. Me get
Labor rights, I want to tell you, you're going to see a lot, and hear a lot more about her. There is a role for strong, powerful women in the Jamaica Labour Party. Coming out of the East, Minister, Science, Technology, Transport, Mr. Portland, Darren, Boss.
Well, I've been through hills and valleys. I'm survived on the old gangster alley. No gunshot, no whiskey on the lip. When the people get locked in the trouble in the rally, you know what them up it up.
Stop.
Woman's bad to her. Oh, you get your front straight. Woman get your front
Labor rights. Let me hear you again. I stand here as a proud Jamaican and a proud member of the Jamaica Labour Party to deliver a very clear and concise message to conference and all Jamaica. As my wife said in 2019, action and beautiful speaking can run government. Beautiful
by-election.
speaking Caron government.
Yes. PNP win 2
Beautiful speaking
by-election.
propaganda Caron government.
And they win one of the clan. But the thing is, this, I don't know if parish council
Has consistently delivered for the people of Jamaica.
never took out that part.
For the poor and
You know, so they win the
vulnerable,
MP
the
and the
indigent,
chair.
the less fortunate, for the elderly and for the overtaxed. We have consistently shown
They have to come
that the
with
Jamaica Labour Party is a party of plans and not propaganda and misinformation. The only focus for me here today is the business of the people of Jamaica.
go follow.
And I can tell you today, the
You better
Jamaica
wake
Party
up.
looks active.
Lucky man wants to see me drop dead. Even she wants to see me drop dead. You know like me, you know like them.
Our party has been in government since 2016. What is undeniable and unchallengeable is that this government is taking less from the people and giving more with no new taxes. Performance over propaganda every time. We reduce GCT, increase the income tax threshold twice, abolish enough taxes that the PNP put on. Again, I say performance over propaganda every time. This government lowered bus fares, increase the customs duty limits by 100% for Jamaicans returning home from overseas travel. Performance over propaganda every time. We are taxing you less. No new taxes on the back of Jamaican people in 9 years. This is unprecedented and has never happened under any previous PNP government. Performance over propaganda every time. We are purchasing more buses than ever before. We did 70 in 2023. We purchased 100 earlier this year. And we have another 100 coming by July next year to ease the burden of the commuters. We have a school bus, rural school bus, for all of these kids and children who are walking miles and miles and miles to get transportation to go to school and come home. I am sure the PM will speak more to that. Not to mention the $500 million that we have spent to buy more fire trucks, fire boats for your safety. We have spent $8 billion to provide more police cars. We have repaired more police stations than any other government in the history of Jamaica. The JP government has been doing more and more, but we are taxing you less and less. Performance over propaganda and bad mind. Bad mind.
Fire, burn.
The Jamaica Labour Party and all Jamaica knows one thing about Daryl Bars. Me no frighten easy.
We no friends.
Me no frighten easy.
The army. That not scare me. Then,
What I can say to you today, what I can say to you today, the thought of the PNP government make me tremble because they have no clue as to what to do, and they will overturn all the good that we have done in 2 years maximum. Performance over propaganda every time. Burn out my mind. Less than 1 year to a general election, and the opposition in the 8 years has not defined one policy. They have not said that we are doing something wrong and they have a better alternative. Because we have the right policies, all they do is propaganda and misinformation. Performance over propaganda. Burn out my mind every time.
fire.
18 years and the 4 years that they served in recent times. Just compare the track record of this government and any PNP government. 8 years of no new taxes. Performance over propaganda. Burn out that mind.
Say your mama, it's a bad man, it's a bad man, it's a bad man. We are the bad man.
My ministry has given over 10,000 laptops and devices to thousands of students and teachers in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. Millions of dollars on new road infrastructure. The largest in Jamaica's history, allocated to PATH. We have also seen improvement in so many other infrastructure and social services. So, conference and Jamaica watching, the question that we want to ask is simple. Who is better to continue the work to make the people's lives better? One person, Andrew Michael Holness and his cabinet. I want to ask you a question. The PNP signed the GPS agreement in 2016 before they leave office. And when Berry strike, Berry never asked who is PNP and who is Labour and which route to draw. This minister and this government stand up to GPS and make sure that the people are protected and will forever be protected. Yes, Stephen said, they love the poor and they love the people. Beautiful speaking, can't run government. To you or to Jamaica as to what they would do differently. All they do is tear down Andrew Michael Holness, tear down Darrell Vaz, tear down everybody in the Labour Party. But I have one thing to tell them and one thing to tell you. This is a message to my Prime Minister. Take your inspiration and your strength from me, because what they have tried to do to me in politics is unprecedented, and I stand here today stronger than ever. I see the chairman, but I want to ask for 2 more minutes. I want to ask my cabinet colleagues to stand. All of my cabinet colleagues to stand. And I want to ask Conference and Jamaica, look at the shadow cabinet and look at this cabinet and tell me which one is more competent to lead Jamaica after 2025. I want to ask my colleague members of parliament, all of them to stand up. Again, I want you to look at the candidate and existing members of parliament in the House of Parliament and tell me which is better suited to run Jamaica for the next 5 years. I would never ever come out without speaking about Portland. I hear all kind of rumors and other things in Portland that them have broke the vase.
Rumors and spreading.
The vase I spoke in politics is not Anne-Marie Vaz and not Derek Vaz. It's Dwayne Vaz in 2020 when we keep on backsliding.
Look me out about my God.
Everybody know that about Darrell Vaz. I have one thing to say to Conference to Jamaica and to my Prime Minister and colleagues. Them talk about Vazism and what Vazism mean. It's Bastard argument done. I live by 3 phases.
Yo, bro.
Who God bless.
Okay? It's your man, bro.
Bad mind can never prosper. Jamaica, make the right choice. Andrew Woodis is the best prime minister in the history of Jamaica. And that's why I'm not fight him with one bad mind.
Born bad man.
My support
As
as a parliamentarian, as a Jamaican, as a father, as a grandfather, I want to see children and my grandchildren live in this country and enjoy the country as I did. Shower, 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 shower. Your word from Mr. Portland. Again, who are proceeding to come to the national arena. I want to advise you again that there is no room for anybody else inside the national arena. Get up, tap on the foot, and show them. Let's welcome now one of the hardest working Minister of Health in Jamaica, Dr. Christopher. In the year 2015, public health in Jamaica was in a deep dark hole, was in crisis under the People's National Party. It was so bad that one young doctor, speaking on behalf of other doctors, made a big speech carried all over the media. He said it's so bad that doctors have to use scandal bag to make scandal apron to perform surgery in the public health system under the PNP in 2015. I don't mean say so. I him say so. In 2016, the Jamaica Labour Party took office, and we saw the challenges in public health. We saw it. And we decided to go shopping to upgrade the health infrastructure in this country. And as Edward Seaga the Great would say, it takes cash to care. This government has moved the health budget from $60 billion in 2016 to $140 billion in 2023. You would ask the Jamaican people, what have we gotten so far for this increase in budget? Well, for the first time in history, under this JP administration, 6 hospitals across the country are undergoing substantial renovation through construction. Spanish Town Hospital, Cornwall Regional Hospital, after years of neglect, is now being rebuilt as a new hospital.
Western Child and Adolescent Hospital in support by the Chinese government is a brand new hospital. University Hospital of the West Indies and St. Anne's Bay and Maypen Hospital being built by Labour for the first time, the biggest construction project ever in the rebuilding of our health infrastructure, over $250 million worth of building. But you may ask the question, what does that mean for the average patient in a hospital? What does that mean for the staff, the surgeons in the hospital? Well, let me just give you a little example. What that will mean is that we will have some 30 brand new operating theaters between all those hospitals with all new equipment. It will mean over 500 new beds for patients who are waiting and can't get a bed added to the stock of beds in the public health system. It will mean all new equipment, MRI machines, X-rays, CT scans, and a more spacious environment for the patients and staff working in public health. We are building back stronger, active and strong on the Labour Party based on where we are coming from back in 2015. But we're not stopping here. Because again, for the first time in history, in this country under the Jamaica Labour Party, public health is going digital. $15 million spent so far. And if you don't believe me, go to Maypen Hospital, go to Spanish Town Hospital. Patient turn up for registration. They are registered on computer. Information move from registration area to doctor's office on the computer. And if patients to be admitted into a ward, their personal data is transmitted to the ward space. What does this mean? It means easier access to records. It means that your file now will last again because you have to go look for it in a filing room. It means better management of patients and also quicker analysis by doctors. Building on the Labour active and strong digitization of health records, which is going to continue under this Jamaica Labour Party. But I go further. Because we have to compare in order to move forward with the plan that we have. In 2015, less than 1 million Jamaicans, or should I say 1 million prescriptions were written under the National Health Fund to give Jamaicans free medication or subsidized medication. Last year, 3 million prescriptions were written for Jamaicans right across the length and breadth of this country so they can access free or subsidized Medicare under a stronger National Health Fund. In fact, we have added 8 additional categories of illness, including treatment for cancers, which is very expensive, and 2 areas for diagnostic tests that have been subsidized under this Jamaica Labour Party. The National Health Fund is stronger than ever and certainly continues to be strong to respond to the sick profile of our population. We're building, but we're not just focused on hospitals. We focus also on our community health center. Under this Andrew Wallace government, we have put more money in upgrading and building out our community health centers than any other government in recent history. In fact, if you ask Farmer Joe, who live in Malvern, how it feels to go to the Malvern Health Center, or Miss Nicey down in Catherine Hall, West Central, St. James, how it feels to go to the Catherine Hall Health Center, they will tell you that right now, unlike in the past, we walk into an AC area. We have nice chairs to sit on. The doctor's quarters have been improved. The staff have kitchen to relax with microwave and refrigerator. We are upgrading our primary healthcare institutions like never before in order to encourage community healthcare. We're building out active and strong under the Jamaica Labour Party. And so the Jamaica Labour Party is the right choice at this time. Because one of 75 dental health clinics in the public health system, measure up them teeth and get artificial teeth or dentures free of cost. And the Jamaica Labour Party, we look out for the average Jamaican. And if you are unfortunate enough to lose a leg because of diabetes or some other illness, we have the New Live New Life, where you can register with the Disabilities Association and get a prosthetic leg so you can move around again. So labor rights, that is what we represent. Tangible, real impact. And so when they ask you, what have we done as a party in public health? First of all, we have inherited a crisis and we're building back stronger, active and strong. Now I am prepared to say, and I want you to listen to me carefully, that all is still not where it ought to be. I am in the trenches. I have seen the concerns. I face the music every day on behalf of this government and listen to the people. But if you compare 2015 with today, there is no doubt that public health is better off today than before under this Jamaica Labour Party. So I say to you, when they come and talk and they claim to have a plan, we want to know what that plan is, because we are executing a plan. Things will get better. They are already better. And so I asked them the same question that them posed to us. How could we want to, as Jamaicans, go back to the days of 2015 with scandal bag making scandal aprons? What can go so? What can go so? What can go so? I close by saying the following. Health is a partnership. It requires all of us. It requires you, the Jamaican people. It requires us as government and cabinet, members of parliament, leaders, our international partners. And we want to proceed in this manner. I want to take the opportunity to thank all those who have been on board as we seek to expand and upgrade our health infrastructure. Our doctors and nurses, our healthcare workers. Although we are not yet where we ought to be, the truth is we are better off under Labour. The Jamaica Labour Party, active and strong, building back healthcare. God bless you. One love, Labour rights. God bless you, Jamaica.
Love my life.
Thank you, Dr. Christoph Tan. Give him another big round of applause. Doing an excellent job. Labour rights. In 1938, the Bustamante Industrial Trade Union was formed. Sir William Alexander Bustamante decided that he wanted to build a strong political organization. And it was out of the BITU in 1943 let's welcome to conference President General of the in the English-speaking Caribbean, Senator Cavan Gill. Show Labour rights! Show it to the working class, Labour rights! Show it to the working class of Jamaica! You know, today I bring greetings from the Bustamante Industrial Trade Union. And the last time I stood on this platform, a certain comrade criticized me to ask parties can stand on the platform of the Jamaica Labour Party. Well, let that comrade understand that there is a strong connection between the Bustamante Industrial Trade Union and the Jamaica Labour Party, and that connection will never be broken. We are a party for the working class. We have stabilized this economy for the working class. We have created the necessary growth for the working class. We have reduced unemployment in the history of Jamaica that no other administration have done. We are the party for the working class in Jamaica. We carry every worker and we protect every worker. When we raise the minimum wage 2 years in a row to an unprecedented amount, we were protecting the working class in Jamaica. We have created more training, more skills, more developed, more certification under the hard trust for the working class in Jamaica, other than the history of this country. We are continuing to prepare the working class for the changes in this country. We are a government that is active and strong. And labor rights, you know, a successful government, we have to depend on our public sector workers. For many years, for many decades, public sector workers, when they get a little increase, it was single digit. Under the Jamaica Labour Party government, for the last 3 years, we have had increases for public sector workers more than 100%. We are the party for the public sector workers in Jamaica.
Let's drink to the hard-working people. And let's drink to the
labor rights. We're an active and strong government working for the working class. You know, for many years, workers have contracts 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. They were not secured in their employment. In the public sector, more than 10,000 jobs in permanent was given to public sector workers. Let me use this opportunity to commend Dr. Nigel Clark for the work he has done as Minister of Finance in the public sector. We have more work to be done. The GLP is led by a government led by Dr. Andrew Holness, who is the best Prime Minister in the history of this country. We have to continue to improve in our growth. We have to continue to improve in the economy. I want to say that we're always going to be finding challenges. Today I want to make a call for our tourism workers that are exposed and they are vulnerable. But we have a Minister of Labour and a Minister of that is going to respond to the call of workers. Labour rights. The JLP has long positioned itself as the party for the working class, advocating for policies and initiatives that promote economic empowerment, job creation, improve the standard of living for the working class. We have always strengthened our working class, and we have always promoted a better quality of life for our working class. We will continue to reduce inequalities in income. We will continue to promote education for the working class, and we will continue to ensure that every working class will benefit from our national development. The GLP is that active and strong party. And so, labor rights, there is no need for a change. Don't let anybody come tell you about any change. Because some of the people who are asking for change, they will change on you. And so you must not trust them. The power that we have is a power that is invested to benefit our people. It's a power to develop economic growth, a power to promote more social programs and safety net, a power for public investment in infrastructure, a power for tax relief and wage increases. In the history of this country, we have given to the working class on the one hand, and we have never taken anything in terms of taxation to the working class. We will continue to improve the rights of workers. We will continue to promote worker development. We have proven that we are a party for debt reduction, and we have proven that we are a party for fiscal responsibilities. We use our power wisely. But I want to call on conference. Don't be distracted. Don't be dismayed. I want to call on us to continue to promote party unity, because unity and progress will make our nation strong. Show our labor rights. You know, Bustamante is the father of Jamaica. Bustamante championed the cause of the poor and the oppressed in this country. And it is through the BITU and the Jamaica Labour Party that has given hope to the future of this country. And we must never forget the wickedness of those who are trying to trick you and to fool you, labor rights. And so, we come to conference today, an important day in the life of this great Jamaica Labour Party. And I want now to bring to the microphone the chairman of the Jamaica Labour Party, the Member of Parliament for St. Mary Western. Let's welcome Bobby Robert Montague.
Right now, Montague too hot today. Go for a light in a cafe. And him go upgrade water system in a areas like Hamilton Mountain. But Mr. Montague is the leader in a St. Mary Western region. Them are Bobby below a best.
You come from? You should always say that next door to Portland. But remember,
Conference Chairman,
fire.
my Deputy Chair, officers of this party, members of Parliament, caretakers, senators, mayors, councillors, bloggers, members of the Diplomat Corps, members of the press, other specially invited guests, delegates and supporters of this great party, and fellow Jamaicans who are watching, good howdy. Good howdy to you. We must first of all give God thanks for this journey of 81 years. It has been a good journey because this year celebrates our 80th year as we took government in 1944. I wish to pause to pay tribute and salute all the fallen labor rights since we last met. People like Mr. Lissy, Jamin Tell, Ms. Norma MacLeod, Councillor Townsend, and the many more labor rights who have been called home. I also want to big up all the past workers who can't work anymore, but their hearts are still with us, and we thank you for your service. caretakers too. They are the real soldiers in the Jamaica Labour Party. Labour rights in our 80th year. In terms of candidate selection and placement, we are on track with our program. The constituencies have been reviewed, and over the coming weeks, we will be consulting with you, the delegates and supporters. So tell such man from such place that we are in no rush for any election. Dr. Wholeness will call it when Dr. Wholeness is ready. We have things to do, and we are doing them according to our timetable. In St. Mary and elsewhere, we have water projects to finish and road work to start. The people of Maesnall and Kidland and other communities across Jamaica are looking out for their water before the end of the year. There are other water projects to be completed, and enough road work are going to start soon. So I say to the people of Mango Valley and other communities, we're ready for you now, but we are sorry for the delay. We apologize to all road users, but Dr. Wholeness plans for road soon bus, and you will see. But just like how the party is active, the government is active too, because roads right across Jamaica are bad, but works to start on them. Water is turning on in every parish. Houses are being built, houses are being repaired, educational opportunities are created, enough jobs are being created, and a whole lot more things are going. The people of St. Mary want to thank the Prime Minister for the free zone project at the airport, where hundreds of St. Mary people and others will get work. St. Thomas got their urban center, Portland in theirs, is St. Mary term, and more to come in other parishes. This government is active, this government is strong. As usual conference, St. Mary people will never forgive me if I don't call on the government to make Chief Taki a national hero, because he deserves it. He led the largest and longest war against slavery. He started the great resistance. He's an inspiration. Equally, we must today call on the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to ask them to redouble their efforts to have placed before President Joe Biden a request for a pardon for His Excellency Marcus Mosiah Garvey before the end of January. Please remind the President that the Black Star Line Company was registered in Delaware. Let me also, on your behalf as chairman of the party, congratulate President-elect Trump on his resounding victory. And we must ask that more farm work and hotel work visas be issued, because many people across Jamaica want an opportunity to go on the program, to better their lives and to better the lives of their families. And we must continue the discussions to allow Jamaicans with a clean record to travel to the United States without a visa. This government is active because we want to see you become strong. This government don't give handout. We want to give you an opportunity to improve yourself. Labor rights. In the elections on Friday, we lost 2 municipal seats and we won 2 parliamentary seats. Let me congratulate our candidates for the tremendous job they did in that election. And we look forward to welcoming the 2 members of Parliament. We want to thank all the MPs, ministers, caretakers, senators, councillors, mayors who went into the different areas to give support to the candidates. The Jamaica Labour Party thanks you for your service. And we say to the people in the 2 municipal divisions, don't be daunted or discouraged. It's It's not the results we wanted, but it is the results we got. But there are three basic lessons that came from those elections. Lesson number one, we must pay more attention to the poor and vulnerable, to the people's agenda, to cost of living, to roads, to light, water and housing. Lesson number two, we must help more people to start small businesses or expand, and we must grow our footprint in the digital economy. And lesson number three, we must take more care of our party workers. This party, your party, intends to do just that. We are paying more attention now to our party workers, creating more opportunities for them. Our party leader started the scholarship program where the children of party workers can get a scholarship or a grant to continue their education. But our party workers are the foundation of democracy. The soldiers against poverty and the salt of the earth. We thank them and we salute them. People want opportunity, not backwardness. Your party, the Jamaica Labour Party, has heard your cry for help. Help with the daily living. Help with the children. Help on the farm. Help to repair your house. The party leader has heard you too. And that is why recently he said it is time to pivot.
Friend them, friend them, your blessings is send them.
We in the Labour Party know that it is time to change course for the next chapter. The party leader has heard you loud and clear, and he will start the change. He has promised to pivot. He has already warned MPs and ministers. He has warned about the arrogance, the stiff-neckedness, the haughtiness. It is the people's agenda and the people's priority is what the next chapter is about. Labour rights, my fellow Jamaicans, I believe the leader. I trust the leader. And I am confident that the leader will pivot. And I want you to believe too. Some people have been asking, why do the Jamaica Labour Party want a third term? We want a third term to complete what we have started. Remember, we lost 3 years because of COVID. So many things could not be done. But even during COVID, this government never laid off not even one government worker. And we granted money to those who were laid off by the private sector. And we assisted many others with the compassionate grant. Let's not forget, a sole Labour Party government active in a poor people's life. The third term is needed so that the poor and vulnerable can get proper help, so that party workers can get help, so that Jamaica can be stronger. The third term is needed so that farmers can get more input, so that the taximan, the bus owner and the driver can expand their business and the vendors can upgrade. The third term is needed so that we can unite as a country and do more to reduce crime and violence. It is a cancer that is in the country almost 4% of GDP, or about $40 billion. Do you know what we could do with even half of $40 billion to improve the lot and the lives of poor people? The third term is needed to create more opportunities for our youths, create more space for women, especially single mothers, and to create more programs to help the elderly. The third term is needed so we can reform the procurement process, but keep the checks and balances so that government projects can be implemented faster to benefit you, the people of Jamaica. The third term is needed so that more contract workers can be made permanent and more respect can be given to our workers because it is needed. And remember, the Jamaica Labour Party, your party, is the only party that was born out of the union. Other unions were born out of parties. The Labour Party was born out of the union, and that is why we respect our workers so much. The third term is needed so more people can get pipe water, more communities can get light and street lights, more roads and bridges, and more drains can be repaired. The third term is needed so more informal communities can be upgraded and that we can issue more titles and give people who live in them respect and legitimacy. The third term is needed so more people can get a hope house under the other people them build board house with outside tiling, one drop. Andrew Holness built concrete house with inside bathroom. The third term is needed so more people can get an NHT benefit. The third term is needed so your house and your neighbor's house can be repaired. Labor rights, I trust Andrew Holness, and you must trust him too. He has started to move you from poverty to prosperity. You need to allow him to continue what he has started. Remember the 1.5 tax break, the increased part payments, assistance during COVID. Andrew Holness started the social pension program, reduce the debt to GDP ratio from 140% to less than 70%. The lowest unemployment rate in our history, reduction in all major crimes. Andrew Holness needs to finish what he has started for you, and that is to pay attention to your needs. He knows your struggle because he has struggled too. He knows your pain because this little youth from Spanish Town has felt it too. Andrew Holness has made mistakes. He has had challenges and issues. But remember, he's human. He's not perfect. He is human and his blood runs through his vein, but his heart is in the right place. He knows that the third term is needed because it is your turn. The third term is your time. The third term is your turn. The third term is loading, and it is loading for you. It is loading for your family. It is loading for your community. The third term is your term. It's your turn. It's your time. Labor rights, one love, shower labor rights. The third term is loading for you. Labor rights, we're getting ready. But here's a man, the festival song without a center in 2019. Load it, Eagle, come load it, yeah. A conference and the arrival of party leader next and Prime Minister Andrew Holness who are come.
Labor rights, ring the bell there. We are JNP, we are right there.